Hi guys, it's the Island Girl and I'm back with another one for you today. And today I am checking out 12 weird and interesting facts about British culture. All right? So we're going to get right into this one. So if you're new to my channel and it's your first time here, come on in, wrap back, put a smile on your face and enjoy. To all my regular schmeglers day one, sweetie pie, sweetie poos, come on in, wrap back, put a smile on your face and enjoy. All right, guys, I want you to let me know in the comment section if this is factual, factual. I'm getting this from Laura. What's her name? I don't want to spoil her name. The link for this one will be in the Lorena will be in the description below. All right, so if you want to watch it undisturbed, here we go now.
Number one is seeing the royal family seal of approval on branded items, just normal household items like chocolate or tea or something like that. And this is called the royal warrant. And it's
Hold on. You're telling me that I know we just started that the royal family actually seal on approved items? Like, seriously? That's interesting. I would buy something because I feel like I'm fancy, like I'm fancy like that. The royal seal of approval. Interesting. All right.
given to brands that the royal family buys and uses on their day-to-day lives for at least 5 years. It's quite an exclusive thing to get, and it's something that you see in all sorts of products around your house. Just look out for the coat of arms of the royal family, and the coat of arms will be different depending on which member of the royal family issued it. And I think it's quite an interesting and cool thing and totally unique as far as I know. Let me know if where you're from you have something similar, a kind of seal of approval from the royal family or someone very important in your country. The only thing that I've seen branded in items are things like eco-friendly or fair trade, but never anything to do with a specific household seal of approval on products that we have in our own homes.
Honestly, guys, that to me is it's just pretty cool. It sounds weird, but pretty cool. Like I said, I thought the royal family was not leaning to one, just neutral. They don't have no specific. And then she said that it depends on which royal family stamp of approval, which household after that particular royal family enjoy using. I'm not gonna lie, that is amazing. That is pretty cool. Wow, interesting.
I think it's quite cool. And
Yeah,
whenever I see it, it's like it makes you feel like, oh, the Queen uses this, so I'm going to buy it as well.
I
I really
know.
like the royal family, so I'm not opposed to buying products that they have recommended. If anything, it makes me want to buy it a little bit more because I know it's something that's being chosen and being that's gone through a process of approval, so it must be a really good brand. Number two, in the UK, you have to have a TV license to watch TV. That means
Hold up, hold up. I'm in agreement with what she said. It just makes you feel like they approve of it, then that means it's really good. You have to have a TV license to watch TV? Like, seriously? No, guys. I'm genuinely asking this. You have to have a TV license to watch TV. That don't make no sense to me. Let her get into
you
it.
have to pay the BBC, which is the British Broadcasting Corporation, to watch television. If you're from the UK, then what I'm saying is not groundbreaking, but it's not very common around the world. Some countries have TV licenses in Europe, but I don't know many countries that do. And one of the things that in modern days has changed about TV licenses, you don't have to be watching it on a physical television. You could be watching on your computer and you would still need to buy a TV license. And you could
What?
be fined if you don't get a TV license, and it has to be renewed every year. You don't need a TV license for things like Netflix, Amazon Prime, or watching DVDs, or if you're watching catch-up TV like ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5 on iPlayer. unless it's live TV. And one of the interesting things about the BBC.
Oh, live TV. But that's still interesting. You need a license to watch live TV? That is crazy. But like she said, weird and interesting. Isn't that something? You need a license? Guys, I still can't wrap my mind around that one. So for Netflix, Amazon Prime, and all of that, it's all good and hanky dory. But for okay, that one threw me for a loop. That's a shocker right there.
BBC is that you don't get any adverts when you're watching BBC channels because it's funded by the TV license. It's not state funded, it's funded by the people, and that's why they manage to stay impartial, and they're not owned by the government, so they are completely impartial. And I find that really interesting. My husband actually worked for the BBC years ago, so yeah, I find this subject fascinating. Number 3.
Okay, I am on board with not getting any ad because here when you're watching it doesn't matter what you're watching. There's so much ad. The ad take up most of the show. The show may be 12 minutes long, and by the time you're done watching, you're 46 minutes in because there's so much ads going on, and they own it. So that's why I like the sound of that. Even you have to pay for it and renew it each year, but I see where they're coming from with that. So it's not influenced by anyone because they own the rights. Interesting. I like that though.
It's quite common to get all 4 seasons in one day in the UK. The weather is so unpredictable here, and you could leave the house and it'd be glorious sunshine. A few minutes later, it could be really windy, like an autumn day. Then you'd get like a wintry downpour. You could even get snowfall in the night, and you could feel like you're experiencing all seasons in one day, and that is so bizarre for me. I come from the northeast of Brazil, where all I know is summer all year round, and I absolutely love British weather. I know so many people who tell me, what are you doing here? Why did you come to the UK from Brazil where you have such nice weather? And I just love the seasons. I love being able to see the change in weather. And yeah, I like summer as well, but it's definitely not my favorite. But I do love that aspect of the UK. I don't like it when I'm unprepared though, when I leave the house thinking it's going to be a lovely sunny day and it suddenly gets really, really cold, or the other way around.
I can see where she's coming from with that, but that is it's just amazing to know that you have all 4 seasons in one day. It's pretty interesting, but it would throw you. It will definitely throw you for a loop, like rain, wind, sun, and snow, all of them. But it's still, when you stop to think about it, that's weird and interesting. Wow. I love summers. I'm not gonna lie. I love summers. I like when it's hot. Not too hot and overwhelming. I like a nice sunny day with a nice cool breeze with it. If you guys know what I'm talking about, that nice cool breeze. So it's not heavy and humid. It's just beautiful. Just like Jamaican summer. It's like it's just right. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Number 4, in the UK, you will see people use the word fortnight. A fortnight is a period of 2 weeks or 14 days. And I think particularly in America, this is very uncommon. Let me know if you use the word fortnight and where you're from, if you find it weird. I don't find it weird because I learned that word as part of learning English as a second language. But I can see how it can be a bit confusing if you've always use the word 2 weeks for a period of 2 weeks, and then you come across people using the word fortnight, and suddenly you're questioning, well, why did you make up a word for a period of 2 weeks? So what is the word for a period of 3 weeks? Is there a word for 4 weeks? Well, 4 weeks is a month, but you see what I mean. It can get a bit confusing, but I kind of like the word fortnight.
I see where I'm familiar with the word fortnight. Here I don't hear the word fortnight used. I hear bi-weekly. Mainly, you always hear bi-weekly. Oh, bi-weekly, bi-weekly. Everybody you hear fortnight. If you say fortnight, I think people look at you weird because they're like, "Why would you use that word?" And maybe you would have to explain to somebody what fortnight actually is. But I've heard it's when I was growing up in Jamaica, I hear people use fortnight. But like I said, being here in the US, I've never heard anybody said fortnight. 2 weeks are bi-weekly. So interesting that you guys still use that word. Nice.
Number 5, in the UK, orange juice has bits in it. If you're not from the UK, you might be thinking, what are you talking about? So if you look at an orange juice carton in the UK, it will say with or without bits. In America or other parts of the world, you might see with or without pulp, which is probably the correct name. But here we call them bits. And don't think that you're buying orange juice with strange things inside. If it says with bits, it's just with pulp. My favorite is actually orange juice with bits. I always buy with bits, not without bits.
No, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. Bits. That's an interesting one. If I visit the UK and I've never watched this video, I've never heard that term, I'll be like, I don't want that. What the heck is bits? But no, I get it. Bits, pulps, pulp, pulps, pulps. That's what we say. Orange juice with pulp are no pulps. That's it. Bits. That's an interesting word. Weird. Bits. I would be like, what is that? I don't want that. But that's what makes you the Brits so unique because the things you guys say and do weird as they come. But I love it.
Number 6, in the UK, we have so many different names for pedestrian crossing or crosswalks, as you'd call it in America. They can be called zebra crossings, pelican crossing, toucan crossings, and there's a couple more that I can't remember. And you have to know the difference between all of them when you're doing your driving test.
What?
I found that so difficult to remember. They're quite distinctive. One of them, I think zebra crossing is your normal pedestrian crossing. Pelican crossing or toucan crossing, one of them is the one with the button that you press to wait for the light to flash. The other one is the one that has just the flashing lights and like flashing amber lights, but no button. Anyway, there are so many different names, and my mum had a fit of laughter when I told her what they were called because she just thought they were all called pedestrian crossing or something like that.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. When she said it, I'm like, huh? Guys, pedestrian crossing, crosswalk. That's it. We're going across the stoplight. That's what I said. Okay, the light is out. It's all right away. We're going across the stoplight. Pelican crossing. Guys, weird as they come. I've never heard those terms before. And then they're different. That is crazy, man. I'm like, you guys, I'm not gonna lie. Wow.
Number 7, the weather is never just right for British people. It's either too hot or too cold. I have never come across people who say the weather is just perfect today, perfect temperature, nothing to complain. You'll always get someone saying, oh, it's just too hot today, or oh my gosh, it's so cold today. It's so rare to find people saying that the weather is perfect temperature, exactly the temperature that I wanted. Number 8.
I'm not gonna lie with number 7. You guys, I have never met a Brit online that says, "Oh, it's it, well, I can't say that. I'm lying. I've heard in the comment section because enough of my regular schmegglers are there in the UK, and they're like, "Oh, it's sunny today. We're having a nice day today." And whenever time they say it, it catch me off guard because I'm not lying. Every time you hear Brits talk or the weather, they're miserable about the weather. They're always complaining about the weather. It's misty. It's raining. It's chilly. It's like they're all. It's like a lug. It's like they're gloomy when it comes on to the weather. So I'm on board with her on that one. It's like you guys cannot. This is weird. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I've always hear you guys complaining about your weather.
Eight, it's
Number eight.
totally normal to have your washing machine fitted in the kitchen in the UK. And if you're from abroad, you might be thinking, why would you have your washing machine in the kitchen? This is
Yeah.
the place where you wash dishes, not clothes. I don't have an actual answer for that. I can only assume that it's because of the size of the houses here in the UK. Because the country is much smaller than, say, Brazil or America or Australia, you have a lot less space for houses, and houses do tend to be smaller here. So you don't have a huge amount of space for your appliances. And unless you have a utility room, where else would you put your washing machine? My washing machine is in my kitchen. Hopefully one day I'll have a big enough house to have a separate utility room. But at the moment, my washing machine lives in my kitchen.
So I'm familiar with this one. I've watched videos before that explain that the washing machine is in the kitchen. The first time I heard it, I was like, huh? Why would you put a washing machine in the kitchen? That don't make no sense. That is weird. Very interesting. Because I'm like, when you stop to hear, I'm like, why? Why? But then when it was explained to me, it made sense. And like she said, it's based on space, and the homes are much smaller. Unlike me, who I have a washing machine and dryer downstairs in its own, it has its own room. You understand? So I can do the laundry, fold the clothes, put it on the counter downstairs instead of having it in the kitchen. And then the first time I saw it, I'm like, they're folding laundry on the kitchen table. But I get it. It's that's your guys' thing based on space and how small the country is. I get it. And it is what it is, but that's an interesting one as well.
Number 9, visiting friends without an invitation is considered to be quite rude here in the UK. And I know some people might comment to say, well, I visit my friends without an invitation all the time, but that's definitely the exception. Most people do call their friends before visiting them, and it's just like a common thing here to do. But that's really weird for me because in Brazil, everyone goes to their friend's house without an invitation. It would be weird if you called your friend to say, I'm just popping over to say hello. I grew up with people coming to my house pretty much every day, all hours of the day, and you'd be in the shower and then there'd be a knock on the door and you'd answer the door and someone was there to visit for a coffee or something like that. It's very common. As here in the UK, I know a lot of people, and I've done that as well, when you're not expecting a visitor and your doorbell rings, it's that panic of, who is that? And I have to admit, I have hidden a couple of times when I didn't know who it was. And yeah, that just shows how much of the British culture I've assimilated since I've lived here. I find it a bit bizarre here when people come over without an invitation. And it's not to say that I don't want visitors, it's just a bit, I don't know, I like the chance to prepare and maybe tidy up a bit of a mess in my house or get dressed properly. But yeah, let me know if you're like that as well, or if you don't mind people turning up without an invitation. Number 10.
Okay. So I'm in Jamaica, like she said, in Australia, people would just come to your house. That's how I grew up in Jamaica. Ain't nobody telling anybody they coming. Never ever. You just see people turn up. It doesn't matter what time of the morning, noon, and night. People just turn up at your house unannounced. And that was one of the things that my grandmother always said. Make sure your house is clean because you never know who will pop up. But here in the States, in the US here, I realized that it's not, I don't think it's just a British thing. You have to tell somebody that you're popping up or you're turning up at their house. That's something I've noticed since I've been here. And as for me, I've gotten into that too as well. Somebody can't just pop up at my house to just turn up at my house and just ring my doorbell. Nah, you have to tell me that you're coming to my house in advance. Because if you turn up, I mean, not answer the door like she said, and she hides sometimes. I'm not gonna hide. I'll just send my kids to look through one of my my side window. I'm like, who is it? And they'll say who it is. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to the door. Or you can go there and say, mommy's busy. She can't come to the door right now. Or yeah, because I got yeah. We're not doing it. Like I said, sometimes you're so busy, or sometimes yeah, that you don't have something to give them to eat. Because if somebody come to my house, I have to have prepare something ahead of time. I can't just say here's a cracker. I have to have a little on a tray of something for them to eat because I like to be hospitable. You understand what I mean? So just popping up at my house, no. And with my 5 kids, nah, ain't happening. Nah. I'm on board. I'm on board with that one.
And tea time means dinner time, not time to drink tea. This is something that foreigners might get really confused if someone says it's tea time. You're not going to be getting a beverage, you'll be getting a meal. Also, the word dinner is used interchangeably for food. So if someone says, here's your dinner, it just means here's your food, not necessarily this is your dinner meal, like your evening meal. So yeah, tea time is your evening meal in the UK. I'm sorry, the lighting has just gone a bit funny. There's a huge grey cloud going past at the moment, and until it goes, it's going to look a little bit dark. But anyway, I'm just going to carry on, otherwise I'm going to run out of battery on my camera. Number 11.
I did not know that tea time means food. That's a weird one. I'm not gonna lie. That's a weird one. Tea time means food. Interesting. So tea time and dinner means you're just getting some food to eat. Huh? Now that one threw me for a loop. Weird. That's weird. Because tea time means I'm going to drink something hot. I'm about to drink tea. Tea time. Tea means literal tea. Interesting.
And Yorkshire pudding is not a pudding. It's not a dessert. It's a savory side dish for your food. It's kind of like a dough, crunchy bread-like thing. I'm not describing it very well, but hopefully you'll be able to see it from the picture. But yeah, it's not, if you're expecting a pudding, like a sweet treat, that's not what Yorkshire pudding is. It's something that you get with your roast dinner, and it's very tasty. I absolutely love it. And last but not least, number 12, the X at the end of a message, especially a text message in the UK, is a kiss. Now, you might be thinking this is a given because you've seen XO for kisses and hugs, but in the UK, we just send a kiss. Depending on how close you are to the person, it could be 1 kiss, 2 kisses, 3 kisses, loads of kisses. That means you're very, very familiar with that person. I've made the mistake of sending kisses to people that I'm not very close to, and it's always embarrassing when you're drafting a message and you put a kiss and you realize, actually, I wasn't meant to send a kiss to someone. It was just supposed to be a nice, normal, professional text message. I looked that one up online, and people seem to be up in arms about the fact that British people put a kiss at the end of their messages, especially Americans. And it's definitely overused. I know a few people who send kisses at the end of every single message, or even in between sentences, like you haven't even finished a text message and there's already 3 or 4 kisses, like breaking up as if they were full stops. I do not like that. That's a massive pet peeve for me. But I do tend to put a kiss at the end of a message to people that I know well. Obviously, I would never do that with like professional relationships, an employer or something like that. But for friends and family, I generally do 1 or 2 kisses, sometimes 3 kisses if I know the person really well. But it's just 1 X. People in the UK don't use XO. It's not like Gossip Girl, XOXO, Gossip Girl. It's just 1 little X. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it interesting or funny. If you did, make sure to forward it to your friends.
So I'm not gonna lie. I did not know that the pudding is not I didn't realize it was a side dish. I thought that it was like something savory, like how you have a piece of cake. You understand? That's what I thought it was. Then she said the X. I found that out in one of my live stream. I saw X, and my regular schmegglers were explaining it to me. That was like, oh, the X being kiss. But now that she explained it more in depth, I didn't realize that it's something that you guys normally do. So there's no XO, it's just X. I like it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. Send it my way. I'll take them all. Give it to me. I'll take it. I like her video. That was very nice. Like I said, the link for this video that I just watched, if you want to watch it undisturbed, it will be in the description below. Don't forget to go over and show her some love. Now, don't forget to hit the like button on this one and share this video so other people can, find out here in the States and over the world, know weird and interesting things about you Brits. Because this one, the queen stamp of approval, or the stamp of approval from the royal family one, that threw me for a loop. That was interesting to know. The pedestrian, the sidewalk one, that one was a shocker as well. Not to mention the pudding, that one threw me. The what you call it? I know about the bathroom. Not the bathroom. I know about the washing machine in the kitchen. I've seen that one before. The XO one is interesting when she goes more in depth to the X, not the XO. The adding an X at your message means kisses, and it's something that you guys do on a normal. Another one that threw me was what? Man, my brain is going left. It's like it's like I can't remember. Bits. The bits. That one got me. Bits in your orange juice. I'll be like, bits? Bits? What's bits? That one is pretty weird and interesting as well. So there you have it. 12 weird and interesting things that British people do, man. That was an interesting video. Don't forget to rock back, relax, and continue to enjoy your life. Don't forget to go in the comment section. Tell me what you'd like me to react to next, because it will be done. It's the Island Girl, and I'm running out of here. Listen, I definitely buy everything with that the stamp of approval from the royal family, because it make me feel bougie. It make me feel like, yeah, if them approve of it, oh yes, this must be good. This must make properly. That's how I see it. Love you guys, and I'll definitely catch you guys in another video. Bye.